Have you ever been told that you're only using 10% of your brain? What if I told you that's completely false? This pervasive myth, often touted as a motivational tool, has no basis in scientific reality. The human brain, a marvel of biological engineering, operates at full capacity, even when we are unaware of its intricate workings. The idea that 90% of our brain lies dormant, waiting to be unlocked, is a tantalizing but ultimately misleading notion. This video will delve into the origins of this misconception, debunking it with scientific evidence and exploring the brain's remarkable capabilities. The truth is, we use all parts of our brain, though not necessarily all at once. Imagine a bustling city with various districts, each serving a specific purpose. Similarly, different brain regions specialize in processing sensory information, controlling movement, regulating emotions, and forming memories. It's crucial to recognize that the 10% myth is not just a harmless misconception. It can limit our understanding of the brain's true potential and hinder our pursuit of knowledge and self-improvement. The 10% myth has its roots in misinterpretations of early brain research. In the late 19th century, William James, a pioneer of American psychology, suggested that humans only utilize a small portion of their mental resources. However, his statement, often taken out of context, referred to our potential for growth and achievement, not a literal percentage of brain usage. Further fueling the myth were studies in the early 20th century that found only about 10% of brain cells, called neurons, seemed electrically active at any given time. This discovery, coupled with the inability to fully comprehend the functions of certain brain regions, led to the erroneous assumption that the remaining 90% was inactive. However, as neuroscience advanced, researchers discovered that these silent areas were far from dormant. They played crucial roles in essential functions like language processing, decision-making, and social cognition. The development of brain imaging techniques like fMRI, or functional magnetic resonance imaging, in the late 20th century revolutionized our understanding of the brain, providing clear evidence that even simple tasks activate multiple brain regions. Adding to the myth's allure is the false attribution to Albert Einstein. There's no evidence that Einstein ever claimed humans only use 10% of their brains. This fabricated connection likely stems from the public's fascination with Einstein's genius, seeking to explain his extraordinary intellect through an extraordinary claim. The reality is, Einstein's brilliance, like any other human achievement, resulted from a combination of factors including genetics, environment, and dedicated effort. Attributing his success to an untapped brain reserve perpetuates a misleading narrative about intelligence and potential. It's essential to recognize that intelligence is not a fixed entity determined by the percentage of brain usage. Instead, it's a multifaceted concept influenced by various factors, including cognitive abilities, emotional intelligence, and social skills. The 10% myth has also found fertile ground in popular culture, particularly in science fiction films that exploit the tantalizing idea of unlocking superhuman abilities. Movies like Lucy from 2014 and Limitless from 2011 depict protagonists who, upon tapping into their supposedly dormant brainpower, develop extraordinary cognitive and physical abilities. While entertaining, these portrayals reinforce the misconception that we possess hidden mental reserves waiting to be unleashed. The reality is far more nuanced and grounded in scientific principles. These films, while entertaining, often blur the lines between science fiction and reality. They capitalize on the human desire for self-improvement and the allure of the unknown, perpetuating a myth that has been debunked by scientific evidence. Advances in brain imaging technology, particularly fMRI, have provided irrefutable evidence that we utilize nearly all parts of our brain, even during seemingly simple tasks. These scans reveal a symphony of neural activity, with different regions lighting up depending on the task at hand, whether reading, conversing, or even daydreaming. For instance, reading a book activates areas responsible for language processing, visual recognition, and comprehension, while solving a math problem engages areas involved in logical reasoning, working memory, and attention. Even when we're at rest, seemingly doing nothing, our brain remains active, constantly processing information, consolidating memories, and preparing for future actions. This baseline activity, known as the default mode network, highlights the brain's ceaseless operation. Perhaps the most compelling evidence against the 10% myth comes from observing brain activity during sleep. Far from shutting down, our brain remains incredibly active throughout the night, cycling through different sleep stages, each associated with specific brainwave patterns and physiological changes. During sleep, our brain consolidates memories, strengthens neural connections, and clears out metabolic waste. This nightly maintenance is essential for cognitive function, emotional regulation, and physical health. Disruptions to sleep can have significant consequences for our cognitive abilities, mood, and overall well-being. The fact that our brain remains highly active during sleep underscores its continuous operation and the fallacy of the 10% myth. As we've seen, the 10% myth is just that, a myth. Our brain is a marvel of biological engineering, working tirelessly day and night to keep us functioning at our best. From processing complex thoughts and emotions to maintaining our body's essential functions, it's clear that we use far more than a mere fraction of our brain's capabilities. But this isn't just about debunking a myth, it's about understanding and appreciating the incredible potential within each of us. Imagine what we could achieve if we harnessed even a fraction of that potential consciously and purposefully. Whether it's learning a new skill, solving a challenging problem, or simply being more mindful in our daily lives, our brain has the power to make it happen. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Now that you know the truth, what's one brain myth you used to believe? Let us know in the comments below. Remember, your brain is capable of amazing things, so keep exploring, keep learning, and never underestimate the power of your mind.